Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you are doing well. So we're gonna show a webinar about 30 minutes, half an hour. My name is Riwang. I'm working for BIM&CO, based in Shanghai today, but we have the office in Singapore and Shanghai booth in charge of the Southeast Asia business development. So I will be cooperating with Stanislas Limous, the CEO BIMData.io, to do this webinar. So thank you for your attending. And we are talking about how to guarantee BIM access for all with BIMData and Onfly. So the agenda of today, it's the presentation of BIMData.io for 8 minutes, and then Onfly for another 8 minutes. Then we will do a demo from both sides, 10 minutes of Onfly and 10 minutes from BIMData.io. As in case of Stanislas I think have a connection problem, he didn't there. So I just maybe launch a first question, then we can just to understand your situation of everyone, that how many BIM projects per year you are doing. So just to better understand your project, and then could be useful and better for the presentation. Oh, over 20. I got an answer. Great. So most of you project less than 5. Okay, so we have about 20% have project 6 and 10, between 6 and 10. Okay, we have 15% over than 20, and 60% less than 5. Okay. Great, thank you very much for your answer. And just could be better if you have more than 5 or 6 projects per year. Could be very interesting this webinar. So I will maybe show you directly an Onfly demo, Onfly presentation. Then in the same time, we are waiting the stand connected. So how it works Onfly, actually, I think about the most of you know Onfly. Just in case for those who are not knowing Onfly. So Onfly, we are showing today's use case. It's a project-based library. So, and for this library, we are talking most about information and documentation linked to objects. So that means this project-based library, it's for all your BIM objects. We centralize the BIM objects, but not only the family files, geometry, but the information and documentation. So Onfly actually, it's a web cloud-based application, and with a web application. Also, we are offering different connector plugin, probably with Revit, AutoCAD, ArchiCAD, Rhino, ElecCAD, it's electrical calculation software, and BIMData for today's use case. So BIMData is also a SaaS cloud application, and you can integrate and visualize your 3D model directly online and share information. And we also connected with Onfly to share documents, information, etc. This is a use case we are showing today. So how Onfly can help to do the information management? Why we need to set up Onfly? What's the concept of Onfly? Actually, Onfly, we know the problem from AEC is today, if you are doing a model from the project, and maybe you have multi-source of information of your for your model. So you maybe need information from architect, and you add new information for the construction side, and you need to deliver another information for the cloud. So the cloud need to add new information, document for the maintenance, operation, etc. So a lot of information need to enrich between different steps and different stakeholders. So how can make sure that there's no information lost between the different project and different, the stage during the exchange. So it's why Onfly is here. So Onfly from the cloud, you can consider this Onfly as a common database. So can centralize all your BIM content. And even you are doing exchange, you can transfer the information from Onfly to different stakeholders. So why you need Onfly but not directly transfer information from model? Because of different, maybe you are using different software format, you are speaking different language, you are using different standard from maybe architect to construction, and you need to deliver or submit a model to different departments. You need to adopt the different standard. So with Onfly, actually the concept is Onfly as a database, common database that we can handle all the standard and even the language and even the software format. So you store all the object information documentation in Onfly, and Onfly we can deliver the information to the right people for the different project stage at the right time for the different use case, and with the right information, the LOI definition, for example, and with the right standard also. If you want to deliver to BCR, BCA in Singapore, LTR, GTC, so you can directly map between the different standards. Okay, that's the concept of Onfly, how we can map to the different software and stakeholder. So actually, how it looks like and how it works Onfly. So you see Onfly actually with private access, so a project-based, and only invited user can access into your project library. And then this library can link dynamically to your model. For example, for each element, each object, there's a Unicode, GUID, and link to your model, Revit model, AutoCAD model, any model. And you can do any update, bidirection from library to model and from model to library. And then you have classification, and could be customized classification used for your project and for your maintenance. So you can also link a common properties to your classification. I will show you a use case from here. With the classification, you can better structure actually your BIM content on the cloud. And for everyone, they can better harmonize and standardize the property by using a classification. To make sure the data be maintained during model exchange. So the technology Onfly using is an open BIM technology. So we can deliver the information, the properties, the value properties, documents, the regulations with a different set of LOI to different software format. And even without any BIM modeling software, you can enrich your BIM information. So, and also you can access to a public library named Onfly BIM&CO.com. So actually we are offering also another platform for manufacturer. So we help publish the manufacturer objects with the certificate information on BIM&CO.com, and you can directly duplicate their product into your private library. Okay, so you see in the right side of screen, so how it's the conception of an object on Onfly. Actually, with Separia and an object, once you upload a family, an object on Onfly, or you publish an object on Onfly, so with Separia, an object with different information. For example, you have an information sector that you can manage the different information with different domain, the properties, share parameters, etc. You have also a representation of 2D, 3D files, the drawings, your RFA, your RET, your IFC model, and you can link a document to explain. The document could be installation site, could be installation guide, a product brochure, etc. And you have also a sector to manage the different business view. I mean, the codification, classification, and LOI. So you can define the LOD and LOI on Onfly and with the regulation. So if for the project you have different naming convention, you need to merge or you need to map to the different standard. So you have a naming convention. You also have quality control that help you to define your information requirement template just at the beginning of the project. Or from the client side, they can define all the information required for the maintenance for each object. So by using the Onfly this type quality control. So, and by offering the different plugin for Revit, for example, and we can merge dynamically all the information to the model. So when you need the information, you just need to download them from Onfly. So, and you can deliver this model to different platforms. So for today's use case, we'll show you how we can deliver to BIMData and export the as-built document with BIMData. Okay, so the use case we are showing it's for Onfly with modeling software. Mostly we will keep the document link between library and your model. And if you try to corroborate your model with different stakeholder, if they are not using any software, so they just need to access to BIMData and you export the IFC model. So everyone can access your IFC model with BIMData.io. So that means this is a collaboration platform, but how to ensure you don't lost information and how to ensure you can enrich document. So that's why we create the partnership with Onfly and the BIMData. So just to make sure you can easily enrich information for your stakeholder, and you can export easily the document by using the link. I will show you by some demo. In case of Stan, if not here, I will also do the presentation for BIMData for his position. Please let me know. Another question is about the quality of your model. How do you think today your model is a quality model, and what kind of information you are missing? So it's already the problem of quality is about document, or it's about information, or it's about wrong information, or others. So please reply my poll from this moment. And oh, great. I see, okay, 50% is incomplete information. So, and also for 30% about document lost. Yeah, so great. So I will show most about information exchange and document in this use case. Okay, so just for information, I will do a short demo presentation about BIMData. So BIMData is an open BIM platform for all the stakeholders: architect, employer, developer, contractor, engineering companies, etc. So simply could be as a viewer. Just to end my question poll. Could be as a viewer about your 3D model and 2D drawings, and make sure everyone can access the model and can access also the information. We'll show you a use case later by a demo. So here's some challenge about construction that BIMData can help to meet. It's about IFC exports. So actually, if you export IFC, many information could be lost during the exchange. And the BIM model are hard to update without modeling software. So you need to open Revit, enrich information, and transfer the model and export IFC maybe. And also the manufacturer data are fragmented. So if you need a manufacturer data, it's difficult to conduct the manufacture and difficult to enrich into a model. and the lack of linking document could be difficult. Okay, and also the retrieve product document for as-built documentation. So finally, the digital as-built documentation are no use. So for this use case, BIMData are helping you to resolve all these questions. So about the data, really reliable and also easy to update via a database. So the database could become from Onfly, actually, and high quality data drop are driven while required, and digital as-built documentation export. So at the end, you can easily, with one click, export your as-built document directly sent to your email, and you can directly view from your drive. I will show you later. Let me start a demo of Onfly. So I will show you two small use cases of Onfly. First, it's about centralization of content. And second, I will show you a project use case about data harmonization, structure, standardization, and documentation management. So it depends also your maturity, as Onfly is really a private library. For each project or client, we have a private URL, and then you can invite your user to access your private library. So you can invite by email, and you can define them different role access. So once you invite your user, and then let me show you have already some content published on your library. So as the end user, actually, you have they also can access to your library with a Revit plugin. So here is my Revit with a BIM&CO plugin. So the user, they can log into their Onfly space. So then they can click the add file. So they will access to the Onfly space at the same interface. Hi, good morning. I think Stan.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry about that. We've got a power cut where I live, so I'm on my phone right now. I'll be able to do the demo with no problem. But sorry for not being on time today.
No problem. I'll just finish my demo, and I'll give you the control to do a short presentation and also the demo.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Thank you, Stan.
That's great.
So you can see the Onfly interface accessed directly from the Revit plugin. And just let me show you how it works with a filter. For the end user, they can easily search an object by the classification. For example, you have a Revit category. You just need to click the right category, and you can access to the family, and you can visualize all the content inside your family. Okay, so directly in the Onfly application. And you also have a 3D preview just in case you want to check the geometry about your this family. So you click the preview, there will be a 3D viewer model generated automatically. Okay. There's more filter to help end user to do efficiently search. For example, they can filter by the parameter, and they can filter by the software format. If you have different version of Revit, they can also filter by the tags. So you can add taggings to your family, and you can use the tag to search your family. Okay, and how to download an object? I'm showing from Revit side. You see this is the plugin, so you can directly download this object actually into your project. But another efficient tool we are developing is there's a collection panel that as BIM manager, you can actually define the different collection as a group of your families or a file list. And the end user, they can synchronize all the content directly in Revit panel. So they only need a drag and drop to review the content. Okay, for example, for this window. So they can filter, of course, by different category, search by the name, and with a drag and drop to reuse the family. So this is how with Onfly we call the offer boost to centralize your content directly online and easy search, easy download. Okay. So for today's use case, I'm showing a real project use case. The project named Citelia. So with citelia.onfly.io, you access the project library. So there's another view named objects instead of files. Okay, so actually the objects, you can have more information. So for an object, you have the different type and all the information. You can also link different geometry or LOD to your object. So, and document. So you can link an external link or any kind of file, PDF or Excel specifications to integrate into your object. And then with BIMData, we will show you how we can deliver this. So also a QR code. That means you can, for the operational maintenance, you can directly access the object view. And for the use case of how you can manage your BIM content, it's you can directly edit this object online without any BIM software. So for example, for this step, properties, actually you can add new properties or parameters directly online without Revit. And even you can enrich some maintenance data or information, for example, some text, new information directly online. So once you enrich this object online, there will be a new revision you can create. So for this object, and then from the Revit side, if you already use this object in the project, you just need to click the update project. So the plugin will help you to compare the different revision and update the new information or type or parameters directly into your project. Okay, so you can see a list of existing the new revision of your families. You just need to select and do the update. Okay. Just before I give the man to Stan, I will show you, maybe you are also very interested about the property. All these property you can define in Onfly with the dictionary. So actually all these properties are shared parameters. And you have also a classification that could be also very useful. For example, you can define your own classification for your project. And for example, for the Citelia project, I'm creating a new classification. What we can do more, it's you can integrate some mandatory properties and to your class from the dictionary. So that means for your each object classified for this classification, they will automatically add all the mandatory parameters. Otherwise, you can also from Revit side enrich parameters directly from the plugin. So you can add properties and select massively your families. You can directly add share parameter into your project. Last I can show it's about the document. So actually we keep for each object you download into your project, we keep a GUID link, a dynamic link. So from Onfly you can add new documents and also new model to link to your object. And for the document, I think I will give the hand to Stan, the CEO from BIMData.io, to show you a real use case. Stan, please.
Okay, thanks, Rui. I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah. Yes, I can see. Okay, you can go ahead for the demo.
Okay, great. So just, I didn't introduce myself. So I'm Stanislas Timothy. I'm the CEO and co-founder of BIMData. What we do at BIMData, we've developed a BIM platform for collaboration. And the way we organize it, I'm going to show it very quickly, and then I will focus on the plugin integration from Onfly. The organization is very simple. We have active spaces. In every active space, you can add as many active projects as you want. So basically, if I jump onto the Onfly space, then I've got one project, but I could have many, and the project is been made for the demo. So I click on the demo, and then arrive in the projects page, basically the front page, where you get some information about the geolocalization of the project. So this project is based in Lyon, in France. You can see who's been invited in the project, and you've got different way to set up, the people's right. They can be user, they can be guest, or they can be the admin as well. As you can see the model in 3D, so you can move from model to model. There are many. So basically, you can check and find, and then open the right model very quickly. We've got as well an EDM where you can manage files. Read the sort of EDM you can add new folders, upload files, and then as well you can manage groups, so you can then manage accesses with different groups. So basically, this is the overall organization of the platform. So then, if I move on to the viewer, this is where we've been integrating the Onfly plugin. So this is what you would expect from a 3D viewer. You have all the structure from the spatial data, the zones, the system, the classification, and the IIC object. We've added as well layers. It can be helpful as well. So you can navigate from those different trees. If I get an example here, you can as well select different parts of the model. You can select windows, for example, and this is where you get all the information on the left-hand side from the attributes. And the interesting part is when you do that, you can add information from the Onfly plugin. So this is where I'm going to select one of my container from Onfly. So I'm taking the Citelia Energy, which is one of the project we've been working on. And here I can see all the product or the object that you've been managing through Onfly. So if I want to see any of this product, I will get all the properties from the product. So this is a Kingston lavatory. And on top of the properties, there are none on this example, but I can get as well the documents you've been adding on the Onfly platform. So by managing all your product on the platform, basically you will be able to fetch all of them, and you can fetch them, in a very easy way by just typing the sort of product you are looking for. So you can basically type and search. So if I type on door, I will have some information about different product, like this door, and I will get the information again on the door. But there is a smarter way to look at, basically, to search for the product. You can use the classification you've been using before. So if I go back to, for example, a very specific product, I think that we've seen it on your demo, Rui. So this is the switchboard here. If I was looking basically at the classification, I will go to the electrical part, and then this is in French, looking for the access, the control access for the building, and then I'm getting the product that we showed us earlier on, which is a I-class AC, and I've got all the designation, and I've got all the properties as well, and the documents. And now I've got the possibility to basically just replace the current data, and then when I do that, I'm going to replace the data and update, get rid of all the wrong data and get all the right data in from Onfly. And if I do that, there's different type of product. I can do it as well. This time I'm not taking this filter, but I'm using a tag. This is another way of looking for a specific product. If I look at a tag with all the product in the building that's going to be impacted or impacting the performance, basically the energy consumption performance, what I'm doing there by clicking on the tag and filtering by the tag, I've got two objects. I've got basically the windows, and I've got as well the heating system that has been tagged with those information. So if I click on the windows again, I'm going to see, say this is the right product. I click on the windows, and then that'll be enough. I update the information, and now what I can do, if I split my screen here, I'll go for a vertical split, and if I add, I can do it here. Just here, what I can do, I can look at the windows, look at the properties, and I will get all the information, which is the name of the product, Termission, and I've got all the data here, and I've got as well all the technical documentation that could be added on the windows. So if I click on the info, I'm going to open another window and get the info from the product. So what you can see here is that by using the Onfly plugin, we've been able to update data really quickly. I could be as well, I could use the spatial navigation to even find or select, some of the product very, very quickly. And if I go back to the heating system, you can see I can click and find the different products, replace them, update the data, update as well all the documentation, and make the link with the model. When I'm done doing that, if I basically display all the elements, so say we are done with this, with the updating of the product, of the model, I can do an export of the AFCs, and then I'm going to export the AFC with, by default, we put the date, but you can put the version you want and the naming you want, and basically you create a new AFCs with all the data being integrated into the AFCs. So this is really what this is all about, is to be able to have the data centralized, where you make sure that the data is accurate, and then being able to update all the models during the lifespan of the building. And then finally, what I can do, I can export the documentation, the handover and as-built documentation that has been integrated into the model. So what I've just done here, I've made the action that Onfly will flag all the data that has been updated into the model, and then I'm going to receive a mail. It's pretty quick usually, so hopefully I have it. There. Okay, so it should be on its way very soon. And then when I have it, I'm going to open it, and then I can download all the data from the handover phase. last data drop of information. Oh, I didn't confirm that, so I need to click on confirm for the export. That should be working well. So as you can see, and this is really the important part, what we like about Onfly is that we have the 3D model, we've got the accurate data and the accurate technical documentation as well. So basically we have the geometry, the data and the document, which is really what you want at every data drop that you do during the project. I've got the email now from BIM&CO. Can you see my screen still?
Yes.
Okay, great. So basically I'm downloading the file and I'm going to open it. So basically you see what we get.
But it's a bit slow. Yes, we can see. Yeah. Just your song more quick than your screen.
So basically, I've just downloaded the data from the heating system, the windows, and the I don't know how you call it in English, but basically all the control access for the door, and you get all the documentation very well structured that you can basically pass on or keep on the operational maintenance phase for the maintenance team to basically to maintain the building properly. So this is it for the demo. So if you want to take back the control, and maybe you can move to the Q&R.
Maybe just you can brief your presentation by the benefits of the collaboration in this slide.
Okay, I thought you had done it already. Yeah, well, basically what we were finding on the basically with our clients, that basically now they are struggling with getting the right data. The data is all over the place with all the companies working on a specific segment. They keep the data is not updated and not accurate. So at the end, we've seen a lot of disappointment with BIM, because it's all about getting the right data, and as far as we can see, it's more about getting some sort of geometrical data right, rather than having all the geometrical attributes and documentation right. So what we've been creating and what we found with Onfly is that our clients are able to get the right data. It's easy to update, because we've been doing the job before on how to structure it with Onfly, and then for each data drop, it's easy to double check what you need to deliver and just have the data drop being delivered on time with the right level of accuracy. And then this is for a lot of our clients, the as-built documentation is very important, because people want to work with all this data on the final drop, and what they want is to integrate it into their maintenance and the operation tools. We are working with an API, so we do a lot of integration in CMMS software, the computer maintenance softwares, basically. And the combination with Onfly and BIMData, we all work with APIs, works very well to integrate the operation maintenance tools of our clients.
Thanks, Dan. Just to brief our presentation and demo, so you can see several benefits about this integration to access your demo with a sample browser. So Onfly and also BIMData, it's a cloud-based application with a SaaS subscription, and retrieve information document from modeling software. So you can enrich any documentation without modeling software, but you can keep the dynamic link documentation video model and video object especially, and update information as well without modeling software. So you secure the external link to documentation and manage your own equipment. Actually, there will be more use cases need to show. Due to time, we don't prepare a more complete demo. But if anyone you want a trial or special demo, so just contact us. So just before we launch the Q&A, I'm showing the different offers of Onfly. So we have 3 kinds of offer depends on your maturity or your requirement. Firstly, a boost is about file centralization. And what we are showing during this demo, it's a smart offer. So the smart actually is about data, documentation, etc. If you want to develop your own integration with your facility management or CDE software, you can have the connect with API connector, with analytics, with also a sub library. So that's it, Onfly offer. So for information, just before I end of the demo to reply your questions, there will be a 14 days trial for free that you can ask, and feel free to get the question in this poll. So if you want to test Onfly, or if you want to test especially only BIMData, so you can contact us, or you can fill in the Onfly test form to let us know. Yeah, please feel free at this in the same time ask questions, and we can have 3 or 5 minutes to reply you. And I see Ojin have a question. Thank you for your question. You ask it with integration of Plan 3D. But for now, Onfly compatible with more than 30 software format. But Plan 3D, we don't have a plugin, but we do have the compatibility, from the web application. And for the trial, yes, we can open a special trial space for each of you, and you can test with your own team member, with your own project. And you also can benefit the onboarding session that I can give you a guide to how to quick access Onfly. Yeah, Stan.
Yeah, I just wanted to add as well, the BIMData, you can test it. It's free, up to 300 megabytes. So basically, what you can do, you can test BIMData and request to Ree or to myself the access to the plugin as well to test Onfly plus BIMData. So that's basically just contact us. It's really easy to implement, and you'll see how it works very quickly.
Yes, the integration Onfly and BIMData is already done. So if you want to test also the integration Onfly, you have a special space Onfly with your content. So you can also test the boost integration. Okay, thank you. If you don't have any question, if you have special question, just contact us. There's my email and Stan's email in the screen. So if we don't have other questions, Stan, do you have any comments want to add just before the end?
Not really. No, I think I'm pretty sure you've covered it all. So as you said, I'm available if anybody needs to test or have any question on what we just shown. We're happy to do some private demo as well. Okay, so thank you very much. That's about the end of this webinar. Sorry about the time. We didn't respect our time, 30 minutes, but it's a pleasure to show you all the new features, and see you next time. We have webinar monthly, so keep in touch. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you very much. Bye, thank you.